What's up, everybody? It is your girl Kiwan, and I am back with And Just Like That, season 3, episode 4, Apples to Apples. And I'm just gonna tell y'all this. Oh, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Wyatt need his ass whooped. Okay? That's this is what happens. Wyatt need his ass whooped. Okay? I mean, I know everybody don't believe in whoopings, but y'all want to pass him some Adderall. He he did the most, and I tell y'all, I would have shook the entire out of him. Like, who you talking to? But they want to coddle him. Okay, so the episode starts with Carrie. Y'all know she in that back room. I mean that in the bed. She looks up to see Wyatt looking at her from the window. And I tell y'all, that was a creepy little boy. That little boy is creepy, okay? And Carrie to come downstairs in some probably higher than 6-inch heels. Baby, she is not built for this country life. That country life. Now, I'm not. Anyway, Homer really loves Carrie a lot. Him and Carrie can relate. Wyatt is very aggy. He's very dismissive. He's quiet. He's standoffish, and he really just don't see it for Carrie. Okay. So in the next scene, Lisa hasn't chosen her editor yet, since her editor has been gone. She tells is it Hubert? Herbert. She tells Herbert that she's gonna select the editor today. Herbert tells Lisa, hey, you've been talking in your sleep again, and I guess that's all because she haven't selected an editor. And that sleep pattern her talking in her sleep is messing with Herbert's sleep pattern. Okay? So Lily decided that she wanted to invite Diego to the dinner tonight. I was like, that she asked, or she just told y'all? Like, when I tell y'all Lily gets beside herself and somebody need to smack the piss out of Lily, that's just where I'm at with it. Wyatt, back over at Aiden's, okay? Wyatt is annoying, okay? And Carrie decided to go shopping a mile down the road at this little house on the prairie, little dress shop, okay? And coddle, and what pisses me off is how Aiden is constantly coddling Wyatt when he very well knows what he's doing. It's like he's manipulating his parents because he's pissed off. I guess he's the little one, so he couldn't handle the divorce. So now you are manipulating everybody around you, and meanwhile he's dismissing the people who his parents love and want to be with. Like, when I tell you that little boy is a prick, y'all, he needs a fucking therapist, okay? In Jesus. I'm sorry, Lord. You need therapy in the Lord, okay? So Lisa meet Marion Odin. Marion Odin is the one that's applying for the editor job. He's a man. Lisa thought that with the name Marion in her film is all about women, so she thought a woman was gonna apply. And y'all know, what was he on? He was on a whole bunch of stuff. But what do we know him on? Because now he has a mustache, and I keep trying to put him on Insecure, but that's not it. He was on a game. I do remember he was when Tia and Derwin broke up. He was playing Jerome. He just looked a lot different. Like, I think he shaved off his hair and he got a mustache. Anyway, she tells Marion that she will make a decision tomorrow, and he peeped the fact that she wasn't a female, so she was trying to lie and say, oh, no, that's not the reason. That was very well the reason. But because Marion is impressive on paper, you have no choice but to get him. But you think that he's gonna come in and railroad your documentary and try to, he make it and spin it to his own. No, you're the creator. So yeah, no. Anyway, in the next scene, Carrie is on the phone with Miranda. She's talking about the boys, and Miranda says she's going to BBC with Joy. First of all, I'm sorry. When I forgot that BBC was like some sort of like channel, when she said I'm going back to BBC, I was like, well, when did you go in the first place? I'm thinking she was going to the big. And then she said she was going to work with Joy. I was like, oh, you're not talking about that, but you actually talking about back to work at the new, at the news station, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, anyway, Ryan goes into Seema's office. She wants Seema to work for him. Seema said no, and he was like, well, I'm finna be an asshole. Since you don't want to work for me, you gonna have to GTF, get your stuff and roll up out of my office, because I gotta bring my people in. That was that on that. So Carrie and Aiden talking about the dining room table. She was like, well, why did you put the thumbs down? He was like, I was just trying to give you a quick answer. Aiden at this point to me is stringing her along, and now he wants Carrie to spend time with Wyatt and Homer. So she was like, well, Homer really likes me, and Wyatt just don't really see it. So Aiden says that he won't even tell his boys. Like, I think that's another thing that was pissing me off, because Wyatt is old enough to know these things, and you keep trying to shield him like he's some fucking baby. That's what's pissing me off even further. So Aiden doesn't want to tell Wyatt that he was going in the guest house to Carrie. Like, what does he think you're doing? He really thinks that you're swimming, and you had the audacity to set an alarm. Like, you invited this woman into your space, and she can't even stay in your bed. But you got her sleeping in an outhouse. It's a nice guest house, but you got her sleeping in there. So you had to set an alarm so you can return back to your main house. Also, you can appease your teenage son who need to get it together. Okay? So, I just don't like how Carrie is allowing Aiden to play with you. But then from I don't know, from a parental standpoint, yeah, we have to put our kids first, and that's fine. And it's good to always see men with their kids and spending time with their kids. But there is this level of manipulation that some kids just know how to be. They know how to play the role. They know how to play their part and to manipulate adults. And all because he's pissed off because his mama and daddy have divorced. And instead of y'all like really getting therapy for him, y'all doing everything else but that. So Carrie comes out in this dress. I was like, why is she coming out in this stupid ass dress? Anyway, Miranda tries to go. Miranda asked Joy to go out to dinner with her. Joy was like, I'm busy, my friends are coming over, yada yada yada. I don't know. I like how forward Miranda can be, but it just seemed like in this season, it seems like ever since Shay left Miranda last season, it just seemed like Miranda just trying to scoop for love in wherever she can find it, a scoop for some type of time and attention, and I really don't like that. So Homer is teaching Carrie how to fish, and so Carrie just makes a quick little joke. She was like, I hope I catch some salmon. And so she asked Wyatt, she was like, do you like salmon? And his bitch ass, he was so standoffish and rude to Carrie, and Homer was like, hold on, slow down, like, you tripping. Wyatt, apparently she was trying to connect with him, and Wyatt wants to go to a virtual room and unalive some zombies. So Carrie tells Aiden, and Aiden was like, okay, well, I'm gonna come with y'all. So Miranda is going viral for her see you next Tuesday something post, I don't know, and now she freaking out, of course. So We get to the virtual room where they're, playing a zombie game. Wyatt purposely takes the gun and hits Carrie on the top of her head. And then he lied and say, "I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't do it. I didn't mean to do it." And in this moment, Aiden is like, because Carrie kept doing this because her head was hurt. Like, it literally was hurting because that looked like it hurt. And so she kept doing this. And so it almost felt like Aiden didn't want her to do that because it may have triggered him and reminded him, like, you hit me with this gun. Let me tell you something. I would have took my gun and smacked the piss out of him with his, and let me show you how that shit feel. Okay? But we all know that they claim they know that he didn't do it on purpose. So Aiden made all kind of excuses for Wyatt, and I think that's what irritates me further. So we get to this whole dinner scene with Charlotte and her family. Morris is the grandpa, is Harry's dad. He's really funny. He immediately connected with the lady upstairs who kept asking them for bananas. Like, ma'am, go to the store and buy your own bananas, but whatever. Diego got a boyfriend and Lily is his girlfriend. The neighbor is picky about the barbecue sauce. You didn't bring wine. You didn't bring nothing. First you came downstairs begging for them people bananas, and you got offered in on dinner by his daddy. And then you gonna say, oh, this kind of barbecue sauce. Ma'am, you didn't pitch in on this. You got $20 to give to go towards all of this. All of this. Okay? Those people didn't have Heinz. Okay? They didn't have the kind that you wanted. So you gonna sit there, eat your food, and take your tacky ass back upstairs. Okay? That's what we doing. Because you wasn't invited. You wasn't invited to this barbecue. Okay? Anyway, so Seema tries to offer her assistant a job, but her assistant was like, baby, my rent $3,000 a month. All right. So y'all know Carrie stayed around a little while longer because it was Tate's 21st birthday. That's Kathy and Aiden's oldest son. And he was a little condescending when he met Carrie. She was like, do you know Carrie? He was like, no, I don't know her. I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all children? Like, y'all children need some damn manners. Oh, look, I'm sorry. Kathy, the baby mama, ex-wife, and her boyfriend Bob arrived. Okay, Miranda calls Carrie while and Miranda said that Joy canceled on her, and she think it's because of the viral video that's going around about her. Carrie was like, you cannot assume, all you need to do is ask. Whatever. So Bob have a sidebar with Carrie. He tells Carrie that it took him 4 years to break into this family. He says, into Kathy and Aiden's family. He said it was hard for him as well, but now it feels normal. But Bob isn't allowed to have an opinion when it comes to their kids. And I was just like, Bob, okay. Like, when Bob came, they was playing apples to apples. Bob was sitting in a corner. He didn't want to play. And it's always obvious whenever Bob comes around, he standoff. He goes into the corner because there's this level of welcoming that he still hasn't really received. And that's when they go over to Aiden's house. I'm sorry. I would be like, you can go by yourself. I'm going to be home. And you have a good one. Anyway, Carrie finds out that Aiden didn't approve of the Adderall for Wyatt. And she goes to Aiden. She was like, well, I didn't know that you didn't approve. You should have told me and I would have never got the Adderall. And so he was like, well, he got a little snappy with her. He didn't want to talk about it tonight. And so she was like, okay. So in the next scene, y'all, Harry and Charlotte tried to do the nasty, but Harry couldn't get it up because he's obsessing on his old age. Meanwhile, his daddy upstairs in the apartment, on floor 10, apartment F, about to clap that lady cheeks upstairs. Okay. Anyway, Riley cleared up her grandpa's phone, his iPad, and it's so slow because he done downloaded Pornhub. And she was like, "Don't ask me to do this no more. Okay, I'm good." He tells them that he was upstairs with the lady friend. Don't wait up for him. All right. So Joy came over to Carrie's house because Miranda invited them over there. Her friends were extremely annoying, extremely extra, just a lot. And Joy just looked annoyed at that moment. In the next scene, Aiden and his weird ass family, they're playing apples to apples. Bob is in the corner, as I stated earlier, and Wyatt won his family back together. That was my take on all of that and why Wyatt is acting so damn stupid. So, Wyatt lashes out. The boys, Tate and Homer, they're telling Aiden, like, why are you coddling him? Why are y'all coddling him? And Wyatt leaves out. He finds a stick or something and he breaks the glass window where everybody was sitting at from the outside. And it's like you see her right here, and it's like you purposely went for that window because Carrie was right here, enough of glass to fly on her. Like, girl, why are you here? Wyatt is pretty much, at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep saying this, Wyatt is mad because of this damn divorce. Homer and Tate are frustrated with Wyatt because of the coddling that he gets, that he receives from his mama and daddy. Like, y'all gonna have to toughen up or something. Punch that in his chest, okay? Anyway, so Miranda have a conversation with Joy. She was like, "Hey, listen, are you uncomfortable? I seen you was a little standoffish. Is it about the meme or what?" And so Joy was like, "No, when I like somebody, I typically tend to shut down." And so, she was interested. And they started kissing and yada, yada, yada. And I'm happy for my girl Miranda, okay? So Aiden goes to check on Carrie at the guest house. He apologizes to Carrie for asking her to stay longer. She then apologized to him. And I was just like, why are you apologizing to him? And said that, "I understand now you need to be with your son. I understand why." And then she gives him a key to her apartment. And she tells him, "You can use it, not out of guilt, but whenever you ready." And I was like, girl, you still sitting here trying to be a ride or die, huh? This was the episode. And I'm going to tell you, let me say this before I end this episode. The fact, this how the Lord work. He is sending you men. It's like the story where he sent the boat. The three boats for the one man. Okay? Now he done sent you the first boat, the man that's doing your gardening. Okay? Apparently he about to send you a second boat that comes in the form of your downstairs neighbor. Okay? I just don't understand why she gave up her apartment, because he was uncomfortable. Now you've been in this stretch of a 5-year relationship where y'all don't see each other because he needs to take care of his son, because his son just can't seem to cope, and they can't seem to put his fucking ass in therapy. Okay? That's pissing me off. I'm telling y'all, by the end of this episode, this is not going to work. This is not gonna last, and probably because I don't even want it to last. I want this lady to live her New York life. Okay? You're not a country girl. You are a city girl. Okay? not the Carisha and a JT city girl, but you are a NYC city girl. Okay? You're not a you're not a Virginia girl. All right? Anyway, y'all, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.